looks suspicious. That's all I can say. This guy looks suspicious. Here it is. The tier list. The tier list! With S, A, B, C, D, Sabsta, and a bunch of characters who all look pretty good looking. But you know what? Unfortunately for you, if you couldn't tell, they're not real. And if you couldn't tell, they're from a game, a famous game called Genshin Impact. You know, the game everyone's talking about, obviously. I personally haven't played the game, so I thought it would be fun, you know, to just shallowly rank Genshin Impact characters. This will prove how great their character designs are and how much of a dumb person I can be. Instead of going into detail, I'll just look at them and say what comes to mind in the self-explanatory tier list, with S at the top, A being not good enough, B, I don't care about you, C, I don't like how you look, and D, get away from me. Okay, let's start. Okay, so first off, we have this blonde guy. We have this pretty guy. Okay, I know this character. He's pretty. I don't really know how I feel about her. Except Red Riding Hood. That's all I thought. That one girl from Kakegurui. You know, the kind who'd pretend she was a princess and fail at it at the same time. I don't know how she does that. She looks cool. She'd be the type of person who you look at, she'd just look you dead in the eye and stare right back at you. You know that one kid in class who eats glue? Yeah, that's him. He looks like that one guy from Assassination Classroom, the main character who did things. I don't really remember the anime, but yeah, he's going down there. Ooh, this guy's pretty. I've seen him on TikTok. He's pretty. He has red hair. He looks like that. What do you want me to do? Fox ears. Are those fox ears? You know, she looks like a child. What is this? You know what? I like her. What is this? They all have horns and stuff. She looks nice. She looks like if I came up to her and would ask her for money, she'd give me her entire wallet. So there you go. Her. You know what? She'd be the type of person to eat glue as well. So just for that, she's gonna go up here. I know her. I know her! You know what? I don't really know her. All I know is that she's really cool. I saw her little ad thing. And you know what? You know what I thought? I love her. This guy, he has that stupid little eye patch. He'd be the type of guy who'd come up to you, ask you weird questions. Not even the kind that make you uncomfortable. They just make you confused. He's that type of guy. And you know what? When you don't answer or you just question him about what he's doing, he just continue. And for that, I feel like he belongs right here. Her. She'd be the kind of person to just stare at you. Don't know where to put her. You know what? Just go up here. Ooh, I know her. No, I don't. Therefore, she just goes there. She's looking at me like that. Ooh, okay. Blonde. Okay. She has the hat. She probably has issues. Probably. And would probably say mean things. So, I feel like she could go. We can't put her beside him. She could go up here. Ooh. Ooh. Hairstyle. Ooh. Is that hair? I don't know. Yeah, you're going down here. Who are you? Who are you? Oh gosh. She has roses in her hair. Probably likes Disney movies. I feel like she'd be the type of kid who just look at you and ask you for money, and when you don't agree, she'd just keep asking you for money. Yeah, you just find her on like the street or something and you'd be like, why do you have purple hair? And she just continues asking you for money. So I feel like she could go over here. Like I said, we can't put her against this weirdo. Okay, this guy. Oh my gosh, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Kaido from Psyche K. He'd have this own little fantasy world with his little his little scar that, you know what, maybe it's real here. But he'd fake it. He'd fake it, man. And he'd be like, yeah, the backstory for this scar is that I fought this like huge overlord. And you're like, aren't you 16 years old? And he's like, yeah, but mentally I'm 25. Yeah, I like Kaido. He's cool. She has glasses. Does this mean she's a nice person? I do not know. She has green hair. She looks nice. Let's put her up here. What? He looks suspicious. That's all I can say. This guy looks suspicious. You'd be walking down the street in broad daylight and he'd just come up to you and say, I need a hug. And just hug you. No questions asked. And just walk away. And then later you find out that he actually pickpocketed you and now you're broke. He's that kind of guy. And oh my gosh, I know this guy. I want to dress like him. So I feel like he belongs up here. Ooh. You know characters with eyebrows like these? The sort of like, I don't know, like those kind of eyebrows? I really like them. She looks nice. You know what? No, she looks like she'd insult me, but she doesn't know it's an insult, so it's like, is it really an insult? Ooh, this guy. I don't know what to think about him. Because it's like, he looks like he smells like a fish. Honestly. So, I feel like he could belong right next to this guy. He'd know how to handle this weirdo by shooing him away with his stench. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Is this guy okay? You know, he looks like he'd gamble away all his money and wonder where it went. He'd be that kind of stupid. And for that, I think he belongs right here. I'm really confused about gender. Half of these characters, I wonder, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? If I misgendered anyone, my bad. They all look great, except for this guy. Ooh. She looks like she'd be friends with this girl, so maybe we can put her here. This guy would ask you for money. I know, because I remember a friend told me about him, and they said he's a money god, right? But he doesn't have money. I don't know if that's correct, but that says a lot about him. He forgets money a lot, so he asks from a poor mortal to give him money, which he creates. You know what? I don't like this guy. You know what? I don't like this guy. Hold on. I'm getting second thoughts. I mean, like, he doesn't... She reminds me of a character in a show full of stereotypes, and she'd be the character who would play the emo who just doesn't talk, and when they do talk, they talk in dramatic quotes from Tumblr. Yeah, you belong right here. Can't put you next to this guy. Ooh, they're so pretty. I don't know them, but you go up here. Look, I have such good taste, I swear. Okay. I don't know how I feel about you. He'd be that character you'd assume was nice, but then you're like, are they really nice? Because you don't know what they're thinking. You're just like, you know what? I don't like you. But then they do something nice, and you're like, you know what? I like you. I feel like just because of that, you can stay in this group. You know, they're like a group of friends in a lunch table. Ooh. Red streak in his hair. Red streak in his hair. This guy, I feel like he'd ask you the most obvious questions ever. He'd be like, what's my name? Why is my hair this color? You know, questions like that. He's not like this guy, okay? Yeah. We're just gonna put him up here. Ooh, okay. She looks like she'd be nice. I don't know what else to say about her. Sleepy. They look sleepy. Okay, you know what? She could be here. Why? He's not like the other people. I'll say that. They all have this, like, nice, clean headshot, whatever thing. And this guy, he has, like, almost his full body. You just know, like, right here, that's where his feet is. He's small like that. It has just occurred to me that these two look eerily similar and are probably the same person, but because I wasn't able to understand that earlier on, Let's just say they're two completely different people and I am a genius. Thank you. I think you can go down here. Right next to this guy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You know, I don't really know much about her except that her sword comes out of her boobs. And honestly, I don't really need to dwell on to that because it just made me like this guy. You know, maybe we just settle for this, okay? I feel like having no opinion is the safe way to go. Ignoring the boob sword. They look like they don't care about you. It looks like the person you'd think would be nice and you'd be like, oh yeah, I'll approach them. But then while approaching them, you just become hesitant because they seem so intimidating. Or when you do talk to them, they just stare at you and go, what? Who are you? So just for that, she'll stick with this group. Redhead. You know who else is a redhead? This guy. Not even a redhead. Is it an orange head? Because their hair's not red, right? That's orange. You know what? I don't know anything. What is that? Are those his eyelashes? Or his eyebrows? Is he also an animal? Ugh, I hate this guy. There you go. We're finished. Hopefully that was eventful enough to make sense. And you know what? Just for fun, let's explain each round. Just a brief explanation, as if they were tables at lunch, you know? Here we have the people who sit in the corner or eat in the classroom and stink the place up. When you hear what they're talking about, you wonder, why are you talking about that? Here we have this table. Okay, so first off, they wouldn't talk to each other, okay? They just sit there in silence, except this guy maybe. He'd start a conversation, but then everyone would ignore him. But you know what? This guy, he'd start asking the questions. Then this guy, yeah, he'd stink a lot. This group would all collectively hate each other. But then they're kind of dumb, you know, so they don't notice that, so they just keep hanging out. And here we have this. They have the big table, you know, the big lunch tables, and you're like, how do you all talk to each other? And they just say, it's the power of friendship. You know what? Maybe they wouldn't say that. Some people here they just look like they just sit there, eat, then before anyone else is done, they just leave. They just leave and do whatever they want. They don't care about people. They'd be a friend group who are all literally just acquaintances with one another and don't even know each other's names that well. Like, they just eat together and talk about stuff like the weather. The table, this is where the people who, you know, they're moderately good friends-ish, but he'd just be there because he wasn't even invited. He just decided, I'll sit here one day, and he just never left. That's why he's there. What a guy. What a guy. And last but not least, we have the table on top. Oh my gosh, let's talk about the table on top. This table is capable of so many things. They're the kids, you know, they're the kids in school who you just know, who when you talk to them, they just know you know? So yeah, they're great. They belong up here. Everyone else doesn't really matter. You know what? I bet this guy would try and come up to them, try and sit with them. But then, somehow, he adapted this guy's stench and they just left him. Collectively. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the summary of my biased, look-based, sort of I don't know ranking of Genshin Impact characters. Everything here, everyone, you know what? I don't think I offended anyone. Hopefully. This was great. Thank you. Please subscribe and like. Tell me all your opinions and whether or not I was right or wrong. But then again, when am I ever wrong? Woo!